Hello guys, TavHD here and welcome back to another video, and today, yet again, we are taking a look at the £10 PowerBook. Now if you remember last time, we got this thing to boot. Putting in the new hard drive meant that it could now boot. However, there were some weird graphical things going on, so that is what we are going to investigate today. So the first thing we're going to do is just turn on the machine just to get familiar again with what the problem is. So I've got the power cable here and I'm simply going to plug it in, turn it on, and let's see what happens. So it does bong, which is always a good sign, and if it's doing the same things as last time, it will load up and go to the setup screen, but with just some awful artifacting going on. So let's just see whether that is still the case. There we go. We have an Apple logo. It looks fine so far. Sometimes it looks like it's going to be fine, then at the last minute it just goes all stupid, but starting to load. That is good. No artifacting yet. I guess I will just cut to whenever something bad happens, if something bad does happen. Okay, so it's actually been a minute or two and it's still doing the spinny thing, but it doesn't look like anything weird in terms of the graphics is going on, but it's just stuck spinning. Nothing seems to be happening. I'm not too sure why that is. I've definitely given it long enough. I can hear that the hard drive is spinning, so it's not like it's stopped for some strange reason. So let's just turn the machine off. Let's turn it back on, but go into the boot menu. Let's make sure that the drive is definitely being recognised as it should be. So here is the boot menu. As you can see, OS Leopard is being recognised, which is good. I do want to boot into that, but it won't let me. There's a little watch spinning. I guess it's trying to load something, and I can't do anything until that has loaded, so I guess I'll have to wait for this. Okay, so I've just had a 20-minute phone call and I let this just continue doing what it's doing, and now for 20 minutes it's been on this silly loading screen. It's still spinning, so it hasn't frozen, and so far there are no artifacts. I'm really not too sure what is going on, so I'm going to turn it off one more time because it really doesn't look like it's going to boot up. And this time I'm going to start it up while pressing down Command V, and that should give us some information as to what is going on with this thing. So I'm now holding them down and it should come up with loads of text on a black screen. Ah, there we go, it's now coming up with lots of different things. Now what is all of this saying? It looks like it's still doing something. Up here it looks quite angry. Clock reset, PMU was probably reset somehow, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. I don't really know what most of this means, but it doesn't particularly look too bad. I don't see anything which looks particularly bad in here, so I'm not really sure what is going on. But yet again, no artifacting. What's going on with this thing? And what we're going to do is try resetting the SMC. So you've got to unplug it from the wall and take out the battery. How am I going to do this? By using the end of an SD card, of course. That's how to remove batteries. Now that is out, I am going to hold down the power button for 5 seconds and that should reset the SMC. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let's turn it back over, put the battery in. Not that I think that will really do much because the battery is completely dead, but let's put that back in, plug in the power, and let's try turning this thing on yet again. Let's see if this has somehow made any sort of a difference. The artifacting is back. Very subtle, but I can definitely see it. And now it seems to have gone again. Weird. So there was artifacting there for a brief moment, but now it looks like it has gone again. Let's see if moving the hinge causes any different display things to happen, because I was thinking maybe the display's just a bit silly, but it looks to still be working no matter what position I put it in now, so I'm really not too sure what's going on here, but still doesn't look like it's booting. I'll give it about another minute and then I'll just kill it again because I don't really think we're going to get very far with this. Yeah, I've just given it about 2 more minutes. It's still not doing anything, so let's turn that off yet again. And I'm starting to wonder, has this computer killed another drive? Of course, the original drive in here was dead. Has it now killed this one? Because I'm really not sure why it's now not booting when it was managing to do it just fine the other day. It's literally been about a week since I filmed the last video about this, so nothing's really happened between them which would cause the drive to die unless this thing has just decided that it wanted to kill it, which is slightly strange. So I'm going to try resetting the PMU. When I brought up that mode with all the text, it said something about the PMU, so I'm guessing I should try and reset that and see if that fixes anything. So I believe the combination for that is Shift, Control, Option and Command. Hold that down and press the power button. I have now done that, so let's turn the machine on. Let's see if that has done anything. I highly doubt it, but let's just see. So we've got an Apple logo again, and it's starting to load, and let's just see if it does load. Well, that did a whole lot of nothing, so I've turned it off again. I'm not really sure what else to do. I thought this video would be just troubleshooting the artifacting on the screen, but that has not been the main problem that we have faced today. I've seen the artifacting for a split second on 2 occasions, and then it has just gone, so I'm not really sure what that's all about. But then the problem which I thought I had solved about booting into an OS by putting in a new drive, that has now become an issue again. So for whatever reason, this thing will no longer boot, and quite frankly, I've had enough of this machine. I'm not really sure what else to try apart from taking this drive out and putting another drive in, and I can't really be bothered doing that, so I think that this is probably the end of the road for this machine. I really can't be bothered doing anything else with it because the problem I fixed now seems to be a problem again. I'm guessing there's just something wrong with the logic board in this which is making it go a bit funny, but if anyone does know what might be wrong with this, please do let me know in the comments. But I think there won't be another video on this machine troubleshooting it. I've pretty much got to the end of what I can do with this. I thought it was on the right track for getting fixed, but apparently that is not the case. It's now throwing up some different problems, so I think that will be the end of this video now, and I think that will probably be the end of this machine on this channel. I won't be getting rid of it. I might as well keep it. I like keeping these machines. It was only £10. I could probably get £10 for it if I really wanted to in its current state, but it's just more hassle than it's worth trying to arrange this thing getting sold, so I'll just put it back on my shelf and maybe it will come in use at some point in the future. Maybe I'll have another crack at this at some point, or maybe I'll just use it for parts whenever another one of my PowerBooks needs it. Of course, this casing is in a lot of a better condition than the other 2 which I got, which came all smashed up, so maybe we'll just gut this and use it for the casing so I can put a known working logic board in here. And I believe the other 2 that I have are higher spec models than this, so that really wouldn't be such a great loss. So I think, yeah, some point in the future we'll probably gut this out and install some better internals. So one of the higher spec ones is in a bit of a nicer casing. This one isn't perfect, but along here is still nice. It's a bit sticking up at the moment. That's because I've not put all the screws back in, but once the screws are in, this sits pretty flush, and of course the front isn't completely destroyed like the other one. So this will probably become a parts machine, and this will now be the end of this video. So thank you for watching. Unfortunately, we couldn't really do much with this, and it is still broken, but I bought it not knowing if it would work at all, so I've not really come out of this any worse than I was when I came into it. I didn't know what I'd be able to do with this, and the plan was kind of all along to use it as a parts machine, so I'm guessing that is what we will now do. So thank you very much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.